Hello there everyone, Big Boz here, and happy National Donut Day. Yep, that's a thing for some reason, and I'm not complaining because that gives me an excuse to go out and get a donut. So, this is going to be a new thing I'm trying. It's not exactly a vlog. I'm going to do it every Friday. It's just a rant, more or less, about various things going on in film right now, and maybe some movies that are coming out, just stuff like that. Not unlike with the vlogs, there won't be a specific topic. It'll just be more me venting. And since it's National Donut Day, I'm going to do that while eating a donut this time. That is delicious. Every day should be National Donut Day. Just saying. Okay, so I'm not going to do an official review of it, but I did go and see X-Men Apocalypse. And it's interesting to me because this one has divided fans and critics alike. Kind of. It seems like you're in one of two camps with this movie. Either you're in Camp A, which thinks it was pretty good, you liked it, you think it was flawed, but overall it was an enjoyable movie. Or you were in Camp B, which didn't really like it that much. There were some good parts, but you were just kind of okay with it. It seems like you're in one of those two camps. For me, I'm more in the liked it camp. I definitely think it was flawed in some areas. Mainly, it was cliched at times. It definitely felt like, the third movie syndrome, where they didn't necessarily feel like there was so much of a plot as it was them trying to fill in a third movie. Actually, there's a line in the movie about how the third film in a franchise is always the worst. And, I mean, technically, this is like the 7th X-Men movie, but in reality, I mean, it's the third of what we all consider to be the new trilogy, so yeah, it's after Days of Future Past, it all gets confusing. So yeah, there's that. I liked it. I thought Oscar Isaac did a stellar job as Apocalypse. I mean, yeah, his dialogue was a little cheesy, but that was kind of like he was playing it up from where he was, where he did Apocalypse, the time period he was from, and I personally liked it. On the same token, though, I completely understand why some people might not have been crazy about the movie. A friend of mine, again, he didn't dislike it, but he was not a huge fan of the film. But I mean, and we talked about it back and forth, and I agreed with his points. I don't know if he agreed with mine, but I'm assuming he did. I mean, I'm hoping he did, honestly, or not necessarily that he agreed with my points, but he saw what I was saying. So yeah, I think nobody necessarily thought the movie was outright bad, but there was plenty of people who acknowledged that the film was flawed, and even I will do that, so certainly the weakest of the new trilogy, but still, for me, it was a good film overall. I liked it, and I think we can all agree Quicksilver was wonderful. Evan Peters is a really great actor. I hope he gets to do some more stuff, because everything he's in, he just really gets into a role. It's always fun to watch him. New movies coming out this week. We have the main thing that I think is going to be the big moneymaker and the one everybody's interested in, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Out of the Shadows. I've heard that it's better than the first one. Yeah, I did go and see the first one because, I'm nostalgic about Ninja Turtles. I mean, I grew up with I think it was like the second animated series, and as a nerd, I was obligated to watch a few episodes of the original series. I mean, so yeah, I have that turtle nostalgia, and I saw the first one, and the very first one, from a film standpoint, it's bad. It's definitely bad. But, I mean, there was a little bit of turtle nostalgia in me that kind of enjoyed bits and pieces of it. But as a whole, the first of the Michael Bay Turtles movies was definitely a misfire. If you're not a fan of the Turtles, there was no reason to see it, and if you were a fan of the Turtles, you would only see it once, even, of that. But I've heard the second one's better. It looks better. It looks like it's staying a little more true to what the source material was, which is that it takes the action sequences seriously, but it has fun with the plot and the characters itself. And if they do that, it could work. It's getting better reviews. Still wouldn't call them good reviews, but it's getting better reviews than its predecessor. And if that's true, and if I probably will end up seeing it, because, I mean, again, I'm a huge Turtles fan. I'm a nerd. I grew up nerdy. But yeah, I think I will go out and I probably will see that, and if maybe I'll do a review of it, we'll see. Nothing else coming out this week really interests me. I mean, I know there's a few other films that are being released this weekend, but I mean, just nothing that jumps out at me. It's kind of a slow weekend, which is ironic when you consider how big a weekend we've had with between Civil War, then there was Angry Birds. Even if you didn't like that movie, it still did very well. And then we had what do you call X-Men Apocalypse. So yeah, it was a really we've had a lot of big weekends, and I don't think this one will be quite as big. Honestly, I think it'll be a little sluggish. One thing I want to talk about: Alice in Wonderland Through the Looking Glass came out last week, and it not necessarily bombed at the box office, but it definitely underperformed. It had a budget of about 170 million, and I believe the estimation was that it spent $30 million on, marketing. So that's $200 million basically right off the bat that Disney has to make back in order for the film to be considered profitable. And it only made, even just worldwide, it only made about 120 million roughly, which for a first weekend is not good. I don't think Disney's going to lose money on Through the Looking Glass, but it's not going to make much. It's not going to make much at all. It's going to make barely anything compared to what they spent on it. And if anything, I think that the less than stellar opening for this and the less than stellar opening for the Huntsman, the new Huntsman film, is kind of a showcase that when you release a sequel to a movie that people weren't necessarily in love with to begin with, it's gonna be a risk, even if that first movie did make money. That's why I would be surprised if Now You See Me 2 makes a lot of money. Because the first one, yeah, it made money, but a lot of people were not satisfied with that film. They walked out feeling like it was just kind of stupid, and it seems like the sequel's fallen into the trap of trying to throw more money and more celebrities at it to make it successful, and it just doesn't work. We've seen it time and time again. I'm not saying it will be bad, I'm just saying I don't hold out hope. That being said, I do think that there are a few films that I think people aren't going to be expecting much from that I honestly think will do better than a lot of the experts might be expecting, but that's a topic for another day. More interesting recent news I heard. Ben Affleck. We know that he's pretty much been set to helm the new Batman film, and Batman v Superman divided pretty much everyone who saw it. I get that. I'm not going to try and tell you what I thought of it, because I probably think I've already told you that at one point or another. But no matter what you think of the film, there's no denying that Ben Affleck, as a writer, director, and an actor, no matter what he does, no matter what he does, he usually does it pretty dang well. At least if the right tools are given to him. And you can say that's true of any actor or director or writer, but I think it goes especially for him. Between Argo, Good Will Hunting, Gone, Baby Gone, all these different spectacular films he's made and starred in and done all his work with, I think that he has what it takes to helm the Batman movie. And it sounds like what he says is he's going to get his hands on a lot of the better Batman comics and just try and use the character and try and pay homage to what was already there, but also try and add his own flavor to things. And again, I think that's perfect. That's exactly what you need to do. And if someone's going to helm it, I think Ben Affleck was a good person for them to choose. So, for me. Still good. So yeah. Overall, I think the past week in film hasn't yielded too much major news. I do think it's pretty awesome. Morgan Freeman just turned, it's either 69 or 79, I believe it's 69. And Clint Eastwood turned 86, so that's two awesome icons that are still around and kicking, and that's awesome. There was some interesting news, actually, now that I think about it, out of the Thor Rancor front. Basically, they're saying that it looks like it's going to somehow tie into the comic storyline Planet Hulk, or at least that's what some of the concept art is making it look like. And considering that their character Grandmaster is going to be played by Jeff Goldblum, and the Grandmaster was heavily involved in the Planet Hulk saga, that would seem to line up, so that wouldn't surprise me. But, yeah, that's basically just all I'm going to do for today. Again, Happy National Donut Day, just a fun little quick-fire thing to do for every Friday. I'm going to just kind of vent a little bit and just make sure I can keep getting videos out, yada yada yada. You get the idea. I will be seeing you guys later. I'm sorry about the turning the camera on and off being in the video, but my editing software has been buggy lately, and I kind of have to work with what I've got, so I will see ya.